let's talk about Minneapolis and the head of the Bureau of the Border Patrol, who wants to leave, who was being told to leave Minneapolis. No, 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 no. No Customs and Border Protection official should be allowed to leave Minneapolis. No, no, they need to be taken to the FBI, and they need to be questioned by the local FBI and by local police. No leaving. Especially if the guy who shot the agents who shot Peretti. No, if any agent who was involved in that shooting must stay in Minneapolis, must probably be put into custody, at least be questioned by the local FBI and the local police. No fleeing from justice. And Peretti, why should he stay there? Because if he told his people to hassle anybody with a video camera, he's an accessory to murder. He should not be allowed to leave anywhere. No, he's going to be staying in Minnesota for a long time. So yeah, there's no immunity from giving that kind of order. To violate people's civil liberties by saying no, don't let yourself be photographed? He needs to be asked that question. Did you tell people to hassle people who are photographing? If he did, then he's an accessory to murder, because that's what they did. That's what that's what they were tackling him for. Peretti was recording what was happening, and he lost his life for it. And any agent who was involved, including the top, need to be held accountable. So no. No Border Patrol agent should be allowed to leave Minneapolis. Not even should they be kicked out. No, they need to stay until the grand jury has had a chance to talk to them. Assuming their union doesn't tell them to do the fifth. I'm sure they will. They need to. Or they need to man up and say, yeah, I did it, and submit themselves, and plead guilty to what they did. Saying, oh, I heard gun. The guy was on the floor. If you knew enough, you had enough control of the situation to actually shoot him and not shoot other members. Saying, oh, it's a fog of war. No, it wasn't, because you were shooting. He was being held down and was shot. If saying, oh, he could have had a gun, he was being held down. The fact that they actually shot somebody and had a clear shot means they had control of this guy's body, and they shot him anyway. That's murder. Again, in Minneapolis. So, but this time at the hands of the feds. No, it's no leaving. Ever. These people should stay in Minnesota probably for the rest of their lives, including the chief. So no, they should not be allowed to leave. Good luck in trying to leave. I think there will be people looking at the airport, and if they leave, they're not going to be leaving in a uniform. That's for damn sure. And they'd better be taken back there, because it's a local FBI matter. It's a local U.S. attorney's matter, because that's what the law says. The law says if you commit a federal crime in a jurisdiction, you need to be tried in that jurisdiction. So, and if killing a citizen isn't a federal crime, you violated the person's civil rights at least. So no. Any trial will be happening in Minnesota. So no, and it's nobody should be allowed to leave. Nobody wants them to leave. Trust me. They want them to be questioned, taken before a local grand jury, tried before a local jury. Although they may have to move it to someplace else in Minnesota, but it will be in Minnesota. It should stay in that district. So yeah, letting them leave Minnesota it's a non-starter. No.